guys, and welcome to MommaJessKnits YouTube channel. Today is not an actual podcast. I am doing an update on all the scraps that I did actually 8 months ago. I look back at it. So I wanted to come and update you guys about everything. So let's get started because I have a lot to show you. I'm going to show you some of the projects that I showed you 8 months ago, and I'm going to show you some new ones because yes, I did start some new scrappy blankets. It's an addiction. Alright, so I'm going to start off with, I did finish one of my blankets. I finished my Moonglow Bedtime blanket, and I've shown this, I believe, on my podcast. So the last video that I was doing, I was right here. I was in these light pinks. So I have gotten all of that done. I'll stand up for a second. Not that that's going to help because it's just so big that I cannot get it all in the frame. But yeah, so it's finished. I have been using it a lot, but I wanted to show it. Sorry about the dog claws. Sophie, no ma'am. Soph, get. She's trying to get into my little trash can that I have beside my chair in the living room because I have moved the basket that holds all my knitting blankets in it. So she thinks that it's a free-for-all now. Alright, so let me put that away. Alright, I'm going to show you my biggest memory blanket next. I have done a lot on there. Get it in my lap and situated. So all of these, I have ends to weave, but all of these little squares are new. Any that have the little light bulb stitch markers are all new from the last time that so I've started this way and done across. I don't know how many I've put in. I know that I've put in more than 25 because here, oops, here and up to here, yeah, no, sorry, here, and over are Ruby and Rose's Advent calendar from 2022. All right, there's no good way to show this. It's ginormous. So I'm going to stand up. So it is 20 squares by 20 squares. Oh my gracious, it's huge, guys. Sorry, I got my needle in there to start my next square. But yeah, all of this and this are Ruby and Rose's 2022 Advent calendar. I still have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more squares. So 5 more days to put in there. And then that'll have all of that calendar in there. These are just other random squares that I added since I showed you this last. Alright, now I'm going to put that aside because it is heavy. Sorry for the crinkling of bags. All right, let me put that in the basket. All right. Oh, and the memory blanket, in case you didn't watch the other one that I do, is the memory blanket by Georgie Nicolson. That blanket is a DK blanket. I use fingering weight. The only thing that I changed was the needle size and that it's fingering weight, not DK. Excuse me. I do the same stitch counts and everything else. So yeah. All right, the next one is another memory blanket using only scraps from projects that I've made. And I've been really slacking on this one. I have like a bag of scraps that I need to add to it. So yeah. I'm not sure how big I'll make this one, but I do love it. So that's the second memory blanket. And then I have, of course I have that one buried. All right, let me show this one next and then I'll move some of that. I have a memory blanket done out of, I think I have yarn attached. Yes, I do. Of row 1 minis. So I get row 1 minis every month. So I decided to start a memory blanket out of those. I have not worked on this one in some time. Oops. There we go. But I do have that. I mean, I've got, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, so I have 11 months to add to that one. But I started this with 2021 minis. Yeah, 2021 minis. I have 2022 minis in there, so I have 11 months worth of 2022 minis. Yeah, because the ones I'm adding right now are, I label all mine. So the ones I'm adding right now are the January 2022. So, I just decided to, I kept them in their packaging. I'm just going to add them month by month. I figure that would be the easiest way to do that. All right, let me get some of this moved around so I can pull out the other that I have buried. There we go. All right. So for now, this one is being kept in a Bags, Boss, and Granny bag. And this one is, have not done any work on this one either, I don't think, since I podcasted last. I've maybe added a square or two. Oh yeah, I have added some. So this is the mini blanket made out of only my hand-dyed yarns. Like I said, I'm way behind because I have over 100 colorways. It's just a few. I've got some scraps down in here for that blanket. I have scraps down in like at least one other bag. Maybe 2. I don't know. I think for sure 2 bags. That are scraps from projects that I have made. All right. And then the last memories blanket that I have is the one that's going to be going on my bed. So, and this one I've done quite a bit on, because I think the last time I showed it, I was right here. So as you can see, I've started adding Ruby and Roses squares from the Advent to this. And I'm going to tell you what all I use that Advent for. But, yeah, now it's too big to fit in one frame. Now this blanket is the one that's going to be going on my king size bed whenever I finish it. So that's being housed in my basket, which is overflowing with stuff. Once again, I'll explain what I'm doing with all of my Advent minis and stuff. Sorry, I just noticed I had a little cut on my finger. So that is all of the memory blankets that I have going. I know, all of, right? Now I'm going to show you my jelly roll blankets. I have... Where did I put it? Oh. I have the first jelly roll blanket that I started. Uh-oh, it's got 2 balls attached to it, of course. And that is being made out of, okay, how am I going to do this? Out of only my yarn. And I don't have much done on it, so. And then I've started a second stripe. Gracious. All right. Did I say today's date? I don't know if I did at the beginning of the video. Anyway, I want to say it because I want to document what day it is. It's January the 8th. So that hopefully I don't wait another 8 months to do this video. All right, so that's my first jelly roll. I have quite a few. This bag is holding 3 of them, so. All right, so my next one is just a totally scrappy, all the scraps, no certain dyer jelly roll blanket, and I also have 2 attached balls because I have blanket ADD. Shoot. Let's see. Here we go. All right. So there's the first row. Starts there. Goes all the way down to this one. Gonna roll that up some. All right. The second row here to the end of that gray, and then I have a third row started with Ruby and Roses 2022 Advent Calendar. All right, where's that little bitty ball? Right there. All right, set that there for a second. Actually, I can put that down, back down here. Okay, I also have a row 1 mini, a row 1 jelly roll, so you're fine. Now she's whining because there's a cat up here. So I started a row 1 jelly roll. So where I'm getting these row 1 scraps is I finally decided that once I put them into the memory blanket, what's left, sometimes I put a square in the memory blanket and then a square in my biggest blanket, and then whatever's left I'm putting in here. So I put it in that original memory blanket, and then once I've used that, I put it back down the bag. So I have several more that I need to add to that blanket. And then the last jelly roll that I have in this bag is, yeah, this one's just barely started. I decided to do a Yarnable jelly roll after I finished making socks. So this is the first. I do have the second here to go. And I've only made 2 pairs of Yarnable socks so far. So I will get that going once I make more Yarnable socks. And then, as if that was not enough jelly roll blankets, I decided to start a DK weight jelly roll blanket, which is being housed in a bag by Awesome Granny. This is like her extra large bag, and it is huge because I have like 12 months worth of minis in here. So, show you this first. Yeah. And then I think I'm on my, so here's the, hold on. Nope. Yeah. This is the start. So I'm holding these double to make DK. And I started with January 2023. So all of these are January 2023. And then still in January. And then I've marked, this is February's. Yeah, this is starts February's. And then come over here. This is all February. All February to here. And then I just have started March. And I'm putting like a little marker to mark each month. So this is the beginning of March 2023. So I've gotten a decent amount done on this one. Sorry, I'm trying to get this folded neatly to put back down in the bag. All right, that is all of my jelly rolls. Now I'm gonna show you the Cozy the Jelly Roll blanket is by Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears. And then I'm going to show you my Cozy Comfort Throws, and that is by Molly of a Homespun House. My bedtime blanket that I showed at the very beginning of the podcast, it's finished, was the bedtime blanket by Kay Jones. You can only get that if you're in their Patreon group. All right, let's see here. I have another bag by Awesome Granny. And this is my leftovers from my Lolo Did It hippo collections. So I was right here last time, and I'm going to try to go through and mark these blankets too somehow. Anyway, I was right here last time I did this. As you can see, I have not done a whole lot of work on this one. But here, let's see if I can show it folded in half. There we go. So that is it folded in half. And I did finish another pair of hippo socks this year, so I'll get to add that because I haven't added it to my leftovers yet. So I'll get to add that to my leftovers. So I'll have some more to put in on that. And then I have my, so Legacy Fiber Arts was, oh, and I'm holding that double. Any of my scraps I'm holding double to make that blanket. Legacy Fiber Arts started doing a mystery DK set each month. They did that up until May, I think. And then Sue ended up stopping that so that Sue could move. And then I want to say they did 1 or 2 more at the end of the year. I think just 1. And then now they've started back up again. So I've got 1 more mini to add to March for my blanket. I have a little bit of this mini left to add to the blanket. So here is the blanket folded in half. Guys, this is so pretty. So pretty. And I think, if I remember correctly, I think my little gnome here was where I was last time I showed you guys this. So I was just starting February's, right? I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a minute. Is this March or is this? Yeah, it says March. Okay, well, so yeah, I've got this little ball left to add, and I have 1 more mini for March to add, and then I will keep on going. And I'm gonna move. No, I'm not gonna move it yet, because I'll move them all at the same time. All right, so there's that. Put that away. And I have done 0 on this blanket, so it's going to be exactly where it was last time I showed it. This is my, oh, maybe I have. I don't know. This is my Supernaturals Harry Potter Advent, the first Advent I ever got in 2021. And this is folded in half, but, and there's my little dinosaur, which I think that I don't know if that's where I was last time I showed it or not, but I'll move it up this time. Maybe I'll actually get some work done on it. Who knows? But this is being housed in a bag by Awesome Granny. All right, let's see. I have 2 crocheted. No. Everything else I have to show you is crocheted. So let's see. We're gonna start with this one just because it's right here, and then I can put some stuff in there. So this is a Granny Stripe crocheted blanket, and I used the Bella Coco tutorial. Sorry, this is all crazy. And I know I've done a lot on this since I showed it. Well, not a lot, but I've done some on this since I showed it last, because I think I was adding the yellow. So I've done several different stripes, but I'm going to fold this in half as well. And I am adding, and I'm taking out stitches as I'm doing this. So this is it folded in half. I'm adding purple. I'm doing, this is made out of scraps from my yarn, MommaJessKnits yarn. And my goal is to add two stripes of each color. So what I'm trying to do is get those leftovers as soon as I'm done making with it. That way I can get at least 2 stripes done on this, and then, you know, the square on the blanket, and or the 2 blankets, because I added to the finished projects one, and then the one made out of only my yarn. And then add it to the jelly roll. So, you know, there's that. Then I have take that out of there. I worked on this one a little bit last night. Where are you? Okay. I have my bigger scrappy blanket. It's getting fairly big. There's my little charm where I was last time. As you can see, I've done literally 2 rows, two and a quarter rows, not even a quarter. So yeah, I'll move that up. Put my crochet hook back in here. All right, and that is all that you saw last time, plus a couple of new jelly rolls, I think. But I have also started another crochet blanket. I have started a Battenberg blanket, and I forgot to write down who that is by, so I'll have to put it on the screen here. I'll have to look it up and put it on the screen. So I decided to take my Ruby and Roses Advent from 2022. I'm gonna hold this up the best I can and hope that I don't make a mess. Okay, so this is Ruby and Roses Advent from 2022. I think I'm on day, I think I'm doing day 20s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 25, yeah. Day 20s squares. We'll open this up and take out some of the squares to show you. So what I'm doing is I'm doing 6 squares out of each colorway, each 20 gram mini. So I do the 6 squares, crochet the 6 squares, then I take what's left of that, I put it in my biggest memory blanket, and then I put it in this memory blanket, and then what's left over after that goes into my scrappy jelly roll blanket. So it's going into 4 blankets, the Advent is. And I know you're looking at these squares going, that's not enough squares for a blanket. The Battenberg blanket is a lot like the blanket that's going to go on my bed. You have the colorful squares, and then you have a solid square. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish making the squares for the 2023 Advent for Ruby and Roses. And then I'm going to do the same exact thing with the 2023 Ruby and Roses Advent. And then I'll start doing the solid squares. I've already got the yarn for that. So I shall do that. And then this one's not started yet, but I'm just gonna show how how I have it in the box, although this is from this year's and I have last year's as well. So I just put it in here like this, although these would be in number order. All of these are in number order. This is my Dragon Hoard Cafe Creation Harry Potter Advent. So I have the one from 2023, which is this one. I have 2022, and I'm hoping to get 2024s, because I'm going to do a Battenberg blanket with that as well. I've ordered the crochet hook. I decided that I'm going to use my Silver Fox colorway as the solid squares for that one, because I figured that would be good, you know, Harry Potter-ish. The Ruby and Roses one, I think I'm almost 100% sure that I'm just going to do an undyed yarn for that one. And I could change my mind, but I think that that's what I'm going to do for that one. So yeah, that is all of my scrappy blankets. Pretty sure. Don't think I forgot any this time. I don't think I did. So yeah, so I wanted to do an update. Hopefully the next update won't be another 8 months from now. I would like to do an update every 3 or 4 months. No. Okay, I'm gonna go now. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye. I'm sorry about how I quickly shut that off. Somebody, I guess, maybe came. Well, nobody came to the door, but I guess maybe somebody walked by the house and it set the dogs off, because how dare they walk by our house, you know? Funny thing is like the garbage men came earlier. They didn't even get up off their spot where they were sleeping, didn't even raise their heads or anything, but heaven forbid somebody drive down the street or walk by the house. Anyway, I didn't want to end the video quite that abruptly. I would like to come every 3 to 4 months to show my progress on my blankets. The latest I would like to do is every 6 months, but like I said, I would like to do every 3 or 4 months. Anyway, so now this is where I'm going to leave you. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.